Hello and welcome to the Touchline, the show that has to do with your PSL news. And today we're talking about the first cup that is on offer. That is your MTN8. We are looking to the first semi-finals this coming weekend. And on today's show, I do have Kabelo with me. My name is Lady Poko. By the way, in case you don't know, Kabelo, welcome to Touchline.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Can't complain.
All right, let's get into it. MTN8. First semi-finals this weekend. It's a two-legged affair. Let's talk about some of the teams that have now made it into that. We are having a Soweto derby. Kaiser Chiefs versus Pirates. Yet again, they seem to be meeting quite a lot these days.
Yeah, I feel like the organizers thought, Black Label didn't happen.
Yeah, and that's probably also why I think maybe the first and second leg, because I don't get the first and second leg. Can you maybe, see a way as to why?
Yeah, it extends the season because then we're not quite sure what's going to happen with these other tournaments. What's that other tournament that we're going to play, that was supposed to play, but now is...
Well, the Telkom knockout is not going to be happening this year. They're currently looking for a new sponsor. So that's going to be interesting because that's something new again.
That's probably what's happening now. That's why by extending Lenyana, maybe they're trying to compensate for this and that every now and then.
So let's just get into the teams. Orlando Pirates got into the semis by beating Cape Town City 1-0, a team that they usually struggle with. Cape Town City did knock them out the last time around with the same scoreline, 1-0. How did you find the way they were playing? Because, they are a fairly new team. 6 new players from Wits that they signed, starting 11. How did you see that game?
I'm actually quite happy that they're gelling. It's very hard for new players and new captain.
We need to talk about that because I don't understand. At first I thought it was a combination play kind of thing, like we're still getting to know our players, but then the DSTV Premiership is now going on and he is still the captain. I don't understand what's going on at Orlando Pirates with regards to that.
I think a lot of people were looking for Tyson. A lot of people were trying to sign Tyson, and the only way to sign a senior player from another team is to offer him his position at a new team.
Oh, but that brings into question now. Happy Jelly signed a contract extension last season. What does that now say about his contract?
He's a senior player. He's actually he's the other captain. He's not a deputy captain. He's the other captain. There's 2 captains. It's like that team that you're wearing with their many coaches.
I mean, they don't matter right now because they are not into the semi-finals of the MTN8. And then now looking at how Orlando Pirates are gelling and, they are now into a semi, let's look at Kaiser Chiefs, the way they got to the semi-final of the MTN8. Looking at them now, looking at the team and also looking at the transfer or the ban where they can't sign players, how do you think they're going to do this season?
They're in trouble.
Well, last season proved that.
We saw this weekend. It's tough for them, shame. Gavin Hunt was complaining the other day that they're not what he thought they were.
They'd be, yeah. I don't know what that means though, because he's been with them for a very long period of time, I would like to believe. We knew before the season started, we knew he was going to be the coach. So I don't know what he meant by that.
A couple of months is not enough to get the team to where you're used to, because he's used to a running team. Kaiser Chiefs isn't really a running team. So I think he's trying to get them to athletically to be where his old team used to be, but now
it's not the same.
And maybe background stuff again.
It's one of those things where both these teams, where Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs, both need this trophy so much. But looking at them both, who needs it more?
Pirates.
Elaborate.
Chiefs was very strong. Chiefs was very promising last year, and in the preceding seasons. So now I think the people that need a confidence boost right now is Pirates, because how many years is it without a trophy?
Probably 5, 6.
There we go, 5.
It's actually really bad. I mean, if they don't win it now, it's going to be 6. We really shouldn't be trying to do that. So yes, looking at them now, Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs really, really need that win. But looking at now into the first leg of the semi-final, who do you think is going to take it and why?
I think Pirates is going to take it. That first game, maybe let's call it 2-1.
Yeah.
Chiefs is definitely going to fight back in the second leg. Because watch out for the Mango Tsuka Manja combo.
Yeah. Ooh, they are deadly. Together, the pace that they have And obviously also the wingers that come in, Eno is also there on the side.
That's
Justa's also there now.
Yeah. Plus now we have, there is there's a very strong centre-back combo as well, with Tyson coming in. Because now, before that, the mistakes were silly. So now with Tyson, at least, there's a bit more responsibility. Yes, Pirates had senior players at the back.
Yes.
Nyahuza, who's been there forever since he's dead.
Could have been a captain too. I don't know. Maybe I'll call him a brother. I don't know about the dad. I'll call him a brother.
He's a dad. He looks exactly like him.
Just in case you guys don't know who we're talking about, comes out, tell them there.
Like Ilokhwati.
That's the one. That is his brother. Yes.
So now, because now there's Tyson and Happy, at least maybe the middle will hold better than it was before, because Ntsiki was making a lot of silly mistakes last year. A lot of situations were because of Ntsiki Nyahuza. I'm sorry to say that, but it was, that was the hole that everybody was exploiting.
Yeah.
So go Chiefs,
I mean, they've got experience. As much as Gavin Hunt now is also filtering through the academy players, which is great, because I really do believe that this is the best time for him to do that, because if he wants to build his own team, he needs to start from scratch. He can't be having Parker being his striker. I'm no discredit to Parker. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just thinking, if Gavin Hunt wants to build his own team, he needs to start from scratch.
He definitely does, and if we're really being honest with ourselves, I think Parker's at the end of of the line. He's at the end of his career. He needs to find a smaller team. He needs to do what Thabo Matlaba did.
Thabo Matlaba found a really small team.
Do you see what I'm saying? You find a small team and you stick it out there because you're going to shine. Now the Hunt is there as a senior team, as a senior player at Chiefs. And after we saw what happened last year, that's
the worry now. That's the worry now. So, okay, you say that Pirates is going to take the first leg. And then now moving on to the other two teams that will be involved in the semi-final. We have SuperSport United, who beat TTM the last round. And then we also have Bloemfontein Celtics, who beat Mamelodi Sundowns. Looking at both those teams, or looking at the games where they came from, let's start off with Chakoma. Chakoma had 3 players on their bench when they played SuperSport United, and within the first half, the goals were flying in.
Chakuma's terrible.
Chakoma will grow into their own.
Yeah, it will, but until Christmas, I don't see them gelling. You can't bring in 13 new players and think that these guys are going to be what drives you into not being relegated. Those guys, number one, don't know each other. They've never played again with each
together.
other on the same team.
They haven't. Yes.
So now it's...
I mean, now I did mention that the fact that the DSTV Premiership is now back, and they've had a couple of games now. And I also noticed that they actually have a little bit more people on their bench. They have 8 instead of the 9. But they're getting closer and closer, and it seems to be a little better. Within the second half, TTM were fighting back, man. I think SuperSport were kind of worried there, because it ended 3-2.
Yeah.
They were kind of worried for a little bit, because they do have the firepower.
Yeah, but also SuperSport is a brilliant first half team.
Yes, they have all the momentum going. I think they know this, and that's why they kill it within the first half.
And then once in the second half, Bradley Grobler shows his age. And they take him off, and there's no one else to finish the way he did. Because thing is gone. What's his name? He went to Sundowns. What's that? Yeah, whatever his name, I forgot. I'll remember just...
Everybody's at Sundowns, so it's okay. We can forgive you on that one.
So, a lot of players are gone. Not a lot, but key players are gone. Yeah. So now, Bradley Grobler, I saw him on the weekend. He's amazing, as always. Shoots from anywhere. He knows where the goalposts are.
Yes.
But he just gets tired.
And eventually you do, because kind of like you said, when we were struggling just now to even mention a replacement for him, because there technically is none. So he does get tired because there is no help for him.
Yeah.
But then now looking at how the team is built, SuperSport, maybe acquisitions that they've gotten now, do you see them going all the way to the final?
No.
Okay. Elaborate on that. I mean, what is it about Bloemfontein Celtics that they have that SuperSport might struggle with?
They have a team that hasn't split up.
But they've had several coaches.
And they have Letlhogonolo Siema.
That's another one that's been bouncing around maybe sometimes also.
Yeah, but now he's settled.
He's settled now.
He's the godfather of Bloemfontein Celtic.
Yeah.
He seems to have his boys. He seems to have his core team, his main players that he can always trust and rely on. So now I believe that if they have those guys and those guys continue,
they turn up on the day. They actually do their work.
On both days.
Well, I mean, the first leg has to be discussed first. Okay, looking at that, when you say they need to turn up, looking at SuperSport, when you look at both those teams now going into the first semi, who do you see taking the victory there?
I see Ndumiso Mapena goal.
Just from the front.
Just
solitary
one goal.
That hurts. I think 1-0 has to be one of the most hurtful scorelines.
It's that dagger shot. Like one goal, and then second leg. If Grobler does, that's what I'm saying. I'm putting everything on Grobler's back right now. If he doesn't turn up, SuperSport will struggle. Not might, it definitely will.
It will. Okay, so just to wrap up the show now, looking at the final, throw forward into the MTN8 final, which are your two teams and who do you think is going to take the cup?
Pirates and Celtic in the final. Mm-hmm. The Pirates formers are going to give Pirates a big problem, as they always do. Pirates former players come home and just want to ruin everything. Ndumiso Mapena wasn't a great player at Pirates, then suddenly went to Celtics. Top five strikers?
He's appreciated. Sometimes when you are loved in an environment, you grow.
He was loved at Pirates 5 seasons. He didn't love us back.
I'm sensing a little bit of biasness here.
I am
but
biased.
That's okay.
I'm very biased. Orlando is home, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so Orlando Pirates, Celtics, you see them in the final.
In the final. First half of the final, mark my words, Ndumiso Mapena is going to score. But Jackson Mabokgwane is a terrible goalkeeper, and Pirates will take it.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your MTN8 semi-final conversations on your touchline. The first semi-final takes place the weekend of the 31st of October. That is Orlando Pirates versus Kaiser Chiefs. And the following day, we have SuperSport against the Celtics. We will be back next week to discuss the DStv Premiership and anything else that has to do with your PSL news. I am Oarab Lady Poko for Touchline. Until next time, we're out.
Cheers.